Thanks for joining New Jersey News Network. I'm Kimberly Kravitz. Governor Murphy reported another 3,821 coronavirus cases today in his briefing and 55 additional deaths as hospitalizations increased for the fifth straight day. A raging patron in a Morristown restaurant threatened to kill the staff after refusing to wear a mask. Emily Young has that story.
This was the scene at Fatty's in Morristown on Wednesday night.
He tore this literally from here. So this is an identical mirror of this station, and he just picked it up, ripped it, and then hurled it into the kitchen.
21-year-old Jose Canales and an unidentified, unarmed man attacking the staff at around 10 p.m.
And then he dropped this on his way out. In this shop, it's a lot of drunk shenanigans, a lot of little, bar antics, stuff like that, but it never ever gets to the point where people are threatening true violence, threatening people's lives, or using weapons. I've never seen anything like that here in 8 years. All because he was asked to wear a mask. My manager asked him politely if he had a mask, please put it on. If you don't, you have to wait outside, kindly. He was very respectful. Upon the second request, the customer became very belligerent and very angry, and my manager gave him his money back, asked him to leave, and then he started swinging. Canales, at one point, taking a knife out of his pocket and threatening to kill. And my manager grabbed a fryer basket and chased them outside with the fryer basket just to get them out of the restaurant. My manager ended up breaking his hand from an exchange outside because they continued to remain violent. The evidence of the fight still here. Blood on the floor right outside of Fatty's. Morristown residents tell me this is pretty atypical for the community.
Everybody that I see goes in the stores and everything, they're always compliant with wearing their masks. So nothing like that ever happens around here.
Yeah. Everybody's trying to abide by the right thing, but you do have certain people, that are going to give you a hard time no matter where you go. So, but for the most part, like I said, the police do a good job in this town.
The shop sustaining about $1,500 worth of damage. Reporting in Morristown, Emily Young, New Jersey News Network.
One U.S. senator from New Jersey is standing in the way of two cultural museums dedicated to Latinos and women coming to the nation's capital. Here's Phil Andrews with more.
24 years ago, the Latino Congressional Caucus in Washington, D.C. set forth the idea of building a national Latino museum in conjunction with the Smithsonian Institution. Well, recently, New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez co-sponsoring a bill to help keep that dream alive.
As the lead sponsor of S 1267, I firmly believe it's time that Hispanic Americans get their own world-class museum on the National Mall, built and administered to the standards that only the Smithsonian Institution can uphold. This effort has been decades in the making.
Unfortunately, in a move that infuriated Senator Menendez and other supporters of the museums to be dedicated to Latinos and women on the National Mall, Republican Senator Mike Lee of Utah blocked legislation Thursday that would have led to the creation of both. Lee saying that the last thing we need is to further divide an already divided nation with an array of segregated, separate but equal museums for hyphenated identity groups. Menendez, taking umbrage with Lee's remarks, suggesting Latinos had not suffered systemic racism, went on to say, "We have been systemically excluded. We, who founded the oldest city in America before there was a United States of America. We, who were ultimately used as farm workers and discriminated against in the Bracero program. We, who were discriminated against when we voluntarily joined the armed forces of the United States of America to defend this nation." Now, despite Senator Lee's opposition at the moment, Senator Menendez says he still thinks that they will eventually be able to build both of these museums. For New Jersey News Network, I'm Phil Andrews.
By the way, Medgar Evers' Mississippi home was made a national monument. Evers and his wife were civil rights activists in the 60s and devoted their lives to ending racial injustice and improving the quality of life for African Americans. For more on these stories, visit njnn.tv. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Kimberly Kravitz.